Hey, what's up everybody? It's the 16th of September, 2021. It's the Thursday Throwdown. Let's get into this. Fitness and sport. You're starting off with either a 1,000-meter row or a 5-minute bike. We're gonna try and keep this nasal in, nasal out, but if you have to, nasal in, mouth out, that'll be okay. Once you get done with that, you're getting right into part two. 3 to 4 rounds. 10 and 10 kettlebell hang cleans, so 10 on each side. Then 15 kettlebell deadlifts, then 400-meter run. For these hang cleans, as you do this, you want to explode up, and then you want to bring this arm here. Don't allow that kettlebell to smack you on the shoulder. You want to bring this thing up and sneak around, all right? As Pavel Tsatsouline would say, you're sneaking under and catching this thing locked in here, set. Then, for your kettlebell deadlifts, you can go a little bit of a wider stance, straight down the middle. If you want to keep your feet together and get a little bit more hamstring, you can. That's your choice. For the 400-meter run, we're keeping a moderate pace. After that, your part 3, 3 to 4 rounds, 10 back extensions, 10 V-ups, a minute rest, followed by your lagging muscle. Next, power, iron up. Part 1, clean practice, lateral jump, sprint warm-up. So for your clean practice, keep it below the percentages listed here. In fact, you could use it as a good opportunity to work on some of the technique at very light weight. Don't spend a lot of time on this, just enough to get you prepped for what's in part 2. Lateral jumping, so you want to warm up your lateral jumps, which are side to side. Do a bunch of different things to try and make sure that your tissue is prepped for what's coming up in part 2. Then your sprint warm up, make sure that your breathing is up, make sure that your heart rate is up, and that your hamstrings are ready as well. After that, part 2, 4 rounds. Here's where it's all gonna come together. 4, power clean. So that's coming from the ground, boom, big catch in this power position. Your first round is gonna be at 55 to 60%. Each successive round is gonna increase in weight. So after you do 4 power cleans, you're gonna do 10 box jump overs, so scale down to clear the box. It's not so much about height as it is about explosiveness and not catching the box. Then a 100-meter sprint followed by a 100-meter walk back. On round 2, you're doing 60 to 65%. You're gonna adjust your weight once you come back in the door. Then your third round, 65 to 70. Your fourth round, 70 to 75. Being explosive, setting the abs, no touch and goes, really focus on driving it out of the bottom. After that, your part 3 is 3 to 4 rounds, 10 seated dumbbell deadlifts, 10 windshield wipers, 1, 2, right? So left side, right side equals 1. And you're on your back, your legs are straight up in the air, drifting from side to side, working the obliques, working the TVA. A minute of rest in between each of those. Then part 4, 3 by 15 and 15 single leg reverse hypers, working some asymmetrical posterior chain, lagging muscle if you got it. And then we're rolling out our glutes with the lacrosse ball. And I would put your foot in a little figure 4, but check out Instagram to see a little bit more. Moving on. TDY, same part 1, clean practice, lateral jumps, sprint warm up. Then your part 2, a little bit of a different feel. You're doing 4 rounds, 10 dumbbell power cleans. Again, coming from mid shin. Don't necessarily have to touch the ground. Mid shin is probably good enough. But then you're doing your 10 box jump overs just like before. Again, making sure that you're explosive and clearing the box. Then a 100-meter sprint, 100-meter walk back. Part 3 is the same, 3 to 4 rounds. The seated dumbbell deadlifts for those who are sitting on a box. Round the spine, straighten the spine back up, and your thighs and your belly should be touching. Then your 10 windshield wipers like we talked about before, minute rest. Then instead of reverse hypers, to help you target that hamstring, motorcycle gang's going on outside. 3 by 15 and 15 single leg RDL, slight bend in the knee, just trying to get that hamstring going and the glutes going. Lagging muscle at the end of that, mobility. That's it for Thursday. I hope you guys have a great workout. And as always, hoo-yah, never quit.